Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hickory, North Carolina. And inside from Shuford Gymnasium, I'm Adekale Ande, joined by Jeremy Zalaka today for today's doubleheader between the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears and the Wingate Bulldogs. Jay-Z, we should have a good game on hand here today. Some more home cooking for the Bears, where they've had a really good start to the season here from home.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird schedule for Lenoir-Rhyne. 7 games so far this season. Only 2 of them have been at home. This is the 3rd home game on the season. Only our 2nd doubleheader here. The first weeknight doubleheader. So we're going to see what our energy level is at for the second half of that men's game. We're going to have to get the legs under us a little bit, but looking forward to a good doubleheader. Just happy to be able to get these games in. That this year's been kind of crazy, so whenever you can get a game in, it's a good day.
Exactly. So visiting Wingate Bulldogs come in at 3-5 overall, while your Lenoir-Rhyne Bears come in at 1-6. So both sides literally looking to get a footing in this game. And for Lenoir-Rhyne, the keys have got to be to stop Haley Hatfield. Haley Hatfield is a double-double machine. She's averaging 16 points and 10 rebounds a game. The transfer from High Point, very dominant post player for this Wingate Bulldogs team. And if Lenoir-Rhyne wants to be in this game, they have to look to shut her down early.
Yeah, a dominant big player is tough to defend. Lenoir-Rhyne is able to get some bodies back tonight, some interior players that may be able to help, maybe wear down the post for Wingate, but we're looking to maybe throw some numbers at them instead of, maybe a quantity over a quality thing tonight, just to try and wear her down and make it difficult for her to score.
And another key point that Lenoir-Rhyne needs to get going today is the offense. They got to find their offensive identity here today. Whether it's all season, it's been Harmon and McClung is the 2 scoring options. That's another one of my key points. They need a 3rd scoring option, whether that's Blakely Crooks or someone like Kennedy Waite, who's now back. And she scored 23 points in her last game. So they need to get the offense rolling early in order to stay in this one.
Yeah, Kennedy can fill it up. She can get hot, and when she gets hot, she can hit it from anywhere. So somebody to step up and help out with the scoring burden from Hannah McClung and Emily Harmon, who have had to play a lot of minutes and had the ball in their hands a lot for the first 7 games. That may take a toll on them eventually. And getting Kennedy back, getting some players back tonight that may be able to help a little bit more on the offensive end and balance out the scoring a little bit, so it's not so much heavy on those 2.
And then for the Bulldogs, key points, they need to continue to out-rebound opponents. They're out-rebounding opponents by 6.4 rebounds a game. I believe it's 43.4 to 37. So if they continue to attack the boards, they're going to get a lot of putbacks and second-chance opportunities, as well as, feed Haley Hatfield. I mean, she's one of your better players for a reason, averaging a double-double right now. So you got to work inside to her in the low block and then work your way to the outside, where they're shooting, I believe, about 34% from 3.
This is the start of a 3-game road swing for Wingate, so maybe we're catching them, in the early part, looking ahead to some of these road games they got coming up. This is something that Wingate has dominated this head-to-head matchup for a long time now, going back to when the series started. So, even in recent times, this has been a Wingate-dominated series with holding Lenoir-Rhyne to under 50 points a lot of times here recently. So I think it's big for a young team like Lenoir-Rhyne has to realize that they can compete with a team like a Wingate that may have had their number recently, but this is a new team and a new coaching staff, and maybe looking forward to changing and rewriting a little bit of that head-to-head series.
As we are going to bring you the starting lineups for both sides. First, for the visiting Wingate Bulldogs. At guard, we're going to have number 2, Peyton Davis. At guard, we're going to have number 11, Hannah Clark. At forward, we're going to have Eileen Hurley. And at forward, you're going to have number 20, Haley Hatfield. And then at guard, you're going to have number 23, Jaya Wilson. And now for your Lenoir-Rhyne Bears starting lineup. At guard, number 2, Hannah McClung. At guard, number 20, Emily Harmon. At guard, number 30, Blakely Crooks. At forward, number 31, Kiara Moore. And at forward, number 42, Sydney Wilson. All right, Jesus, this is the part where we give that kind of bold prediction here today for both sides. What do you got today for us?
I think it's going to be a battle of the boards. Whoever can control the rebounding, especially the offensive rebounding, I think has a shot in this one. There's going to be some missed shots, some chances at putbacks, and I think if you can keep your opponents off the offensive glass and get that ball out in transition, I think that's going to go a long way in determining how this one comes out.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Lenoir-Rhyne making 10 or more threes here today. That's been a key factor that they've been working on all the time at practice, is to get better from the outside. And I think if they can strike hot and get hot really today from the outside, they have a really good shot of winning this game, especially when they've been scoring a low 50s and 60s in these last couple of games. Getting the three ball going, that opens up the whole floor. I'm looking for Lenoir-Rhyne to make 10 or more three-pointers here today.
Well, that would sure make it a lot easier. When hitting 10 threes, getting you 30 points from beyond the arc, that would go a long way, especially when you're only averaging in the mid-50s as an offense.
So we're about a couple seconds away from the opening lineups here at Schuford Gymnasium, and we'll be back shortly before tip-off.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the pledge of the national anthem. And now, let's meet the starting five for the Bulldogs. At guard from Canton, Ohio, number 2, Peyton Davis. At guard from Kings Mountain, North Carolina, number 11, Hannah Clark. At center from Callaway, Virginia, number 14, Eileen Hurley. At forward from Lexington, North Carolina, number 3, Peyton Davis. And at guard from Kennesaw, Georgia, number 22.
So we're getting the starting lineups once again from the PA announcer, Samuel Fisher.
Big shouts to Samuel Fisher, sophomore student worker, who does a great job on the PA for us.
And now, let's meet the starting five for your Lenoir-Rhyne Bears.
Have the makings of a good one here today from Hickory, North Carolina. Should be an exciting contest. This is a rivalry game between the Bears and the Bulldogs.
Virginia, number 20, Emily Harmon. At guard from Morganton, North Carolina, number 30, Blakely Brewer. At forward from Morristown, Tennessee, number 31, Kiera Moore. And at forward from Henderson, Tennessee, number 42, Sydney Wilson. The Bears are coached by Graham Smith. He's assisted by Audrey Timmerman and Peter Herron.
So you see the Everett Chevrolet starting lineups one more time. McClung, Harmon, Crooks, Moore, and Wilson for the Bears. And for the Bulldogs, it's going to be Davis, Clark, Hurley, Hatfield, and Wilson.
You know, we mentioned the dominance of Wingate in this series, 69-15 all time. This series dates back to 1930. The first matchup was an LR win, a high-scoring affair, 20-13 back in 1930. We don't have any game film of that to show you. We'd love to, but the Wins have been few and far between since 1930 for the Bears.
So we have Kiera Moore and Eileen Hurley to tip things off. Ball's up, and the Wingate Bulldogs will control. They're working the ball around. Now into Clark's hands. Now trying to feed the post into Hurley. Hurley a little baby hook and drops it in with a friendly roll.
You know, points in the paint are going to be something that Wingate is going to be looking to exploit against the Bears. They have two very strong post players in Hurley and Hatfield, and they're going to look to get that ball inside early and often.
You see an early turnover by Lenoir-Rhyne right there. The ball just dribbling out, trying to feed the post. And that's one of the things Lenoir-Rhyne has to clean up is those turnovers, especially the unforced errors. Now at the top of the key, Wilson surveying. That's Davis. Bulldogs doing a great job of working the ball around. High pick and roll with now a straight line three-pointer. That's going to be strong off the back iron, controlled by Harmon.
Emily Harmon is the team's leading rebounder despite being a combo 1-2 guard. Coming off a 15-8-8 performance in her most recent game. She's had a 7-7 performance, points, rebounds, and assists. So she's knocking on the door of a triple-double. One of these days she's going to get one.
And just an error there by Blakely Crooks, the freshman, trying to feed Wilson. And good heads-up defense by Kiera Moore.
Ran into the wall there. She ran into a brick wall, came up short on the layup attempt with the left.
Harmon driving in coast to coast and will not get the friendly roll, but she'll go to the line for two.
Great take by Emily Harmon. As we mentioned, the do-it-all freshman, one of the top freshmen in this league, and getting a chance to convert at the free throw line as the Bears haven't been able to get on the board yet.
As I was saying before, that's a tough entry pass into the low block, especially from the wing. You got to be making sure that it's 1v1 on that block, or there's going to be a help D 100%, and that's what happened for the Bulldogs. As Harmon strong on the first free throw attempt.
Love that backboard cam view we got there.
It's beautiful. Jaya Wilson will set things up once again for the Bulldogs as the Bears have entered the scoreboard now with one made free throw. Ball being worked around Wilson. Now trying to find Hatfield on low block. Davis working the ball around. Inside to Hurley. And a good block by Sydney Wilson with the left hand. And Bears are able to reclaim possession going the other way. So we have looks like a...
Just reset the shot. So they got the rebound. The ball got poked away. They're going to say 29 on the shot clock. Great play by Sydney Wilson. We haven't been able to see her compete in this gym yet. This is her first career start. Only her second career game for the Bears. Made the debut against Carson Newman. And good to see her and Blakely Crooks enter the starting line for the first time in their careers.
Inside to Crooks. She loves that kind of mid-range jump shot, but a turnover there by Crooks, and Wilson is out and running. Good matchup defense there by Harmon.
Sloppy start here for LR. 3 turnovers in the first 2.5 minutes of this one. They're going to have to take care of that ball a little bit better.
13 on the shot clock. That's Hannah Clark at the top of the key. Takes the screen. Now outside. Pumps on the 3 is Hatfield. Hatfield wheeling and turning. 2 seconds on the clock. It's got to be put up. Davis fires and
did not get it off in time. Great defensive possession from the Bears there. We've seen a lot of times, when you're averaging 57 points, there's going to be a lot of second shot clock scenarios. And great defensive possession there for Lenoir-Rhyne. Good man-to-man defense. Forced a shot clock violation in the turnover.
As that will send in Brianna Troutman for the Bulldogs. Bears have got to get some communication here and let people know when they're getting doubled. It's Harmon. As they're still trying to feed Wilson the low block, but it's just not working. They got to go to plan B. Harmon, high pick and roll with Moore. She wants it on the roll. 6 here on the shot clock. Crooks off the glass for 2.
Nice little pick and roll there, a little two-person game with Wilson and Crooks. Crooks with a nice bank off the glass, and we get another Wingate turnover.
As you see, number 11, Clark, just took too many steps before putting the ball on the deck, and that'll be a travel. Going the other way. So far, a 3-2 ball game. Lenoir-Rhyne on top over the Wingate Bulldogs with 6:35 remaining here in the first quarter.
Senior Olivia Nunn enters the lineup for Sydney Wilson as they just rotate bigs.
Bears have got to get going offensively. Harmon, a couple step-back crossovers, and just a mishandle on the ball by McClung, and that will be out of bounds.
Yeah, I think she was about to cut through either a backdoor cut or just, clear the right side of the floor for Emily, and Emily gave her the pass as soon as she made the cut, and just a little miscommunication there.
Bears have got to clean up those unforced turnovers, and a turnover of their own. The Bulldogs, McClung out and pushing the left hand, can't get it to go. More on the follow, still battling for the board. It's up, and finally controlled by the Bulldogs and number 2, Peyton Davis. Davis.
Not the prettiest start for each team here, each with 4 turnovers in the first little over 4 minutes in this one, trying to find an offensive flow.
Troutman going up on the up and under, gets the offensive rebound, now goes back up with the right hand, and she gets it to go.
Sophomore from Salisbury, North Carolina, gets the bucket off the offensive rebound. We mentioned that in the pregame. I think offensive rebounding is going to be huge in this one. As you can tell, there's already been a handful of missed shots in this one. Whoever can clean up that offensive glass is going to have an upper hand.
And this Bulldogs team playing a man-to-man defense. You see a big block there by Troutman on the inside, but they're switching on everything and really shutting down those passing lanes and the driving lanes. Bears have got to not stay stagnant and keep that ball moving. And 6 seconds on the shot clock. McClung has got to get something going here. McClung fires a deep 3, short off the front of the rim. Harmon pursues it but will not get the rebound, and now Wilson's out and running.
For a combo guard, Emily Harmon, she's a scrapper. She's always in there around on the rebounds and making plays.
You see Clark able to get a layup up and in for 2. As the Bulldogs retake the lead, and they're up 6-3.
I know we talked about also in the pregame the value of getting some of our players back, but I think it's also going to be a little bit of a learning curve with some of the players returning that haven't really played much with some of the newcomers, and you're seeing a little bit of that right now.
As they're always doubling the post. Moore just a little short on that attempt, and McClung, great job of pursuing the ball. And we're going to get a... Looks like
I think the
foul.
ref was... No, the ref didn't realize that one hit the rim. I think she's... I think they're discussing whether that ball hit the rim or not, and we're just going to go to a media timeout, and we'll figure this thing out during the break.
Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
So we are back here on Bear Sports Network. You're watching Lenoir-Rhyne women's basketball. Jay-Z, we got a clarification there. It just took a second off the shot clock. We're rolling in this one. It's 6-3 ball game. The Wingate Bulldogs are on top of the LR Bears. Geez, it's been slow for both sides.
Slow, but, we talked about the Bulldogs are going to try and get this ball inside. And so far, all 6 of their points have been points in the paint. So they're going to try and establish their bigs, get some points off offensive rebounds, and so far they've done that. Lenoir-Rhyne struggling, just 1 of 6 from the field. 4 turnovers apiece, so an ugly start, but plenty of time to turn this thing around.
As Kennedy Waite has checked into the game for the Bears. Maybe that will get the Bears going offensively. Out to Harmon. Harmon working now on Hatfield. And just an error there by Harmon. Didn't look up at the clock, and that's got to be some communication from her teammates to get a shot off.
Yeah, two shot clock violations in this game, one on each side. Just a struggle on the offensive end, but it is so far for both teams. Whoever can find their rhythm is gonna pull away a little bit in this one.
Clark looking to feed Troutman in the post. Hatfield on the wing. A kick to the corner. Bulldogs doing a good job of working around. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Wilson surveying. Now out to Hatfield. A pump inside. Good ball denial, but Hatfield finds a way for an elbow jump shot and it knocks it in for 2.
Yeah, nice move for her to create some separation on her own with the dribble. And Olivia Nunn not used to guarding somebody off the dribble. So nice play there.
Yeah, Hatfield in that kind of tweener role where she's a post and a guard, so she's able to step out when she has space. 10 seconds on the clock. Wait has got to get something going. Fires a deep 3. In and out on that attempt, and we're going to get a foul on Troutman. A push in the back. So 8-3 as we show you the south side power and fitness replay. You see a nice little step back hesitation move by Haley Hatfield for 2.
Kenny Waite just launched a 3. She's only 6 away from becoming the all-time leader in three-pointers made in her career. She has 178 trailing Jasmine Charles, who has 183, as we see another turnover, this one off the inbounds pass. Turnover number 6 for LR, just about 7 minutes into this one. Got to clean that up.
Yeah, it's got to be a point of emphasis for Coach Smith and talking to his team that we're not playing their basketball right there. And now Olivia Nunn comes up with a steal. Harmon looking to push. Bears have got to get into the offense before it drops to 10 seconds and more. A low block. Waite will fire a 3. And that one connects from the wing.
Rhythm 3. She caught that one right in her shooting motion, had an open look and knocked it down. She only needs 5 to break the record.
We talked about before, Waite is not bashful from the outside. She will shoot it and fire it. See if that gets the Lenoir-Rhyne offense going.
And that's a part of this offense that has been missing. Just a pure shooter. You know, Hannah McClung can knock down some shots, but Emily Harmon's more of a slasher. But to have somebody like Kennedy Waite who can open the defense a little up, make them honest with some three-point
Wilson
shooting.
fires a corner 3, and that's strong, and that will be a shot clock violation. You see the south side replay. A good swing from Harmon and a deep 3 right from the J in John Lentz court by Kennedy Waite.
And if you don't know which one Kennedy Waite is out on the court, she's the redhead with the bright pink sneakers on. So she should be hard to lose on the defensive end, and that's something that Wingate has to keep an eye on her because she can get hot in a hurry. Good
swing up ahead. Harmon has a jump shot if she wants it, and just short off the rim for the 18-footer. Now Clark is pushing, and contact, and that's the right call. I felt like Kiera Moore was sliding.
That was a block. She, I think she went down before the contact even got to her, trying to anticipate the charge a little bit, but sending the Bulldogs to the line for a pair.
And checking in the game for the Bulldogs will be number 3, Lauren Sullivan, as well as Mallory Sherrill for the Bears.
Lost you there for a second. You can tell what Graham Smith's strategy is in this one. Is we've already seen about 4 post players get action with this one, with Sherrill getting in here in the first quarter. Nunn, Moore, Wilson, and Sherrill just kind of trying to rotate bigs and keep them fresh and keep them wearing down on the Wingate inside players.
Well, you got to with this Wingate Bulldogs team with someone like Haley Hatfield and Hurley and staying at 6'2" and Troutman 6'2". You got to have a myriad of post players to cover. Now Waite in the corner, and she's going to set up the offense. Harmon being guarded tightly by Whiteside. Sherrill working, 7 on the clock. Wilson, baby hook off the glass and no good.
Not a bad little high-low set there with Sherrill feeding Wilson, but just couldn't connect.
And that will be Whiteside, a three-pointer, no good. Back tap, Harmon looking to push and force the issue for Lenoir-Rhyne.
Good defense. Strong defense is going to cause a tie-up. That's great effort by Saylor, causing the tie-up. It's going to stay Lenoir-Rhyne's ball, but that is going to go down in the book. It's not a stat, but that's a heck of a play to make it tough for Emily Harmon to get that ball up court.
Yeah, always got to love those players who are going to put full court pressure and lay their bodies on the line to go and get the ball. It's a coach's favorite player. Harmon being harassed. She's got to look up. It's 2v1. That means someone is open on the court. And a little floater inside the paint. No good for Kennedy Waite.
Bears just shooting 18% early in this one, but both teams careless with the ball. That's a 12 combined turnovers in this one, 6 on each side.
Yeah, it's got to get better. The offense is not looking too pretty from both sides. They got to cherish every possession like it's a gift.
Melissa Wagner's been in for a couple minutes here. The junior gives it away.
That's Sullivan on a fast break layup. Gets it to go with the left hand.
Freshman from Mooresville with the easy bucket. Doesn't get easier than that one. Just a giveaway at half court leads to an easy transition bucket. Great pass by Emily Harmon.
And I think that's where Emily Harmon can kind of get better as a lead guard, a point guard. When you're a 2v1 trying to split a trap, that means someone's open. And you need to be able to look up floor and find the open player.
And we've seen her court vision. She's got great awareness. She knows where her teammates are and how to get them open. I think that might have even been a little no-look dish right there to get Wilson to the free throw line.
Is Wilson able to knock down the first free throw attempt?
I guess you got to feel confident for Lenoir-Rhyne. You're shooting just 18% in this one, but you're trailing by now just a 4-point margin with 23 seconds to go. It could be worse with 7 turnovers and an 18% shooting performance so far in this first 10 minutes, but trailing by just 4, if you get a stop here, maybe get a bucket, you got it right back into this thing.
Shot clock off as there's 15 seconds remaining. The Bulldogs are just going to dribble this one out and get one shot off before the first quarter buzzer. That's Hannah Clark at the top of the key. Surveying, finally finds Hatfield. And that looked like a travel by Hatfield, but a no call. A three-pointer by Sullivan is no good. And that will be the end of the first quarter, folks, as your score is the Wingate Bulldogs 12, the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears 8. And we'll be back shortly with more second quarter action here on Bear Sports Network.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
As we are back here on Bear Sports Network, you're watching Lenoir-Rhyne women's basketball. I'm going to read some sponsors off for you. Emerge Ortho is the official sports medicine provider for the Bears with 45 locations in 21 counties from the mountains to the coast. Emerge Ortho is North Carolina's premier provider, providing world-class, comprehensive, and compassionate care for Lenoir-Rhyne student athletes. Jay-Z 12-8 ball game. The Bulldogs are on top here. What has got to change offensively for both sides?
Well, we just talked about it right during that break. That was a big stop for Lenoir-Rhyne at the end of the first quarter. If that 3 went in, you're looking at a 15-8. It feels a lot different going down 15-8 at the end of the first quarter than 12-8. But taking care of the ball, I think both teams have been a little careless with it. If they can take care of it, as a floaters in the lane is good. Wingate's shooting 50%. They just have 6 turnovers, so they've been able to get what they want offensively. The Bears are just struggling to get something quicker than 5 or 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
As you see, very close to not getting across half. Bears have got to be able to break that press. If they're able to do that, it's 3v1 on the other side.
The press has given Lenoir-Rhyne some fits throughout this season.
Good offensive rebound by Cheryl. Shot clock will reset to 20. Bears looking to get a better shot now.
Nobody's guarding him. There we go.
McClung, top of the key. Now Harmon, step back, and just off the right of the rim. And another offensive rebound by Mallory Sherrill.
You see a lot of these possessions have come down to, single digits on the shot clock before putting something up.
Kennedy White fires a deep three, and I mean,
that's what she does. She can fill it up when she gets going, and that's 2 threes already tonight, and she's got 6 of the 11 for Lenoir-Rhyne.
Nothing you can do about that as a deep three-pointer by Kennedy White pulls the Bears back within 3. A jump shot by Wilson, strong off the back iron, and a big-time block by Emily Harmon.
What a block. Rejects the post player.
McClung surveying, trying to feed the post. And I think that's been one of the biggest struggles for this Bears team is finding the offensive identity of whether they're going to shoot from the outside or feed the post. And when you feed that post, as you know, as a guard, you got to make sure they have position first. And it's tough on the wing unless you give a really direct pass.
Yeah, that's the second turnover on a post feed from Hannah from that same position with the same kind of issue on the pass. So just one more dribble, get that passing lane, and feed the post.
Breaking around, Hatfield will fire a 3 long on that attempt. Harmon looking to grab the ball, and good effort and hustle by Daphne Saylor to throw it off of Harmon. Now checking in the game will be Mackenzie Crump for the Bulldogs.
Neither team has been shy to go to their bench. 10 players used for Wingate so far, 9 for the Bears, as Wingate has more of a balanced attack.
Wilson gets the screen from Hatfield. She's spinning. Crump now with the ball, trying to post up. Sherrill comes up with the block with the left hand.
We mentioned Wingate's balanced attack. They come into this one with 7 players averaging at least 6 points per game, so they can beat you from a variety of different players.
Harmon denies the screen, goes in, trying to feed Sherrill with the left hand, but when you're Harmon and you're that deep into the paint, you got to go up with it.
I don't think she realized how open she was. She tried to find a teammate being unselfish, which is, one of her stronger characteristics as a player, but that one she probably could have gone up with.
Let's see if the Bears can get it back here on defense. And an offensive foul called on number 2, Peyton Davis.
Mallory Sherrill steps in from help side defense to draw that one. You normally see the big maybe go more for the block shot, but in that one she got in good defensive position, had her feet set, and drew the charge.
Now let's see the Bears try to break this press. Crooks needs to look up. If they can find a Harmon there on the wing, and that's what they need to be doing from the get-go. Inside the Sherrill. She goes up and is blocked by Crump. Wilson pushing. Davis will fire a three-pointer, and that will be long. And Wilson, the offensive rebound, puts up a finger roll. A lot of garbage play back and forth trying to get the ball. And finally a call. Looks like a foul on LR.
I think they were going to call that one on Blakely Crooks in the act of shooting. So Wingate will have a pair of free throws when we come back. 14-11 Bulldog lead with 6:40 to play here in the second quarter.
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found an expert for my heart.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
So we're back here on Bears Sports Network. Fans, remember Geico, whether you rent or own, Geico makes it easy to bundle home and car insurance. Having a home is hard work, so get a quote at geico.com. Easy. 14-11 ball game, Jay-Z. 6:40 remaining in the second quarter. Wingate Bulldogs are up. If you're Lenoir-Rhyne, you have to be thankful and, being happy right now, only down 3 with how sloppy you've been on offense.
Yeah, 20% shooting and 9 turnovers. Like we mentioned, it's just a 4-point game. Up until that free throw, it was a 1-possession game, so neither team has been able to take advantage of the other's sloppiness and missed shots yet. So at some point, I think one of them will start knocking down some shots here in this one.
As Hatfield is able to go 2 for 2 at the line. And this has been the struggle for the Bears to be able to break a full-court press. As you see, Hooks is open there on the wing if they get it, and then another pass inside. I think the Bears just need to be able to look up and get that court vision.
If you break the press, you most of the time have an easy basket from it. It's just not easy to break the press.
And Crooks fires a three-pointer, gets one to go there for the Bears. And that's what we're talking about. If the Bears can get going offensively early, I feel like they have a really good shot against this Wingate Bulldogs defense. You see Hatfield.
And Blakely Crooks has the chance to be a shot maker. We've seen her do it in stretches, and as the freshman, she has a bright future ahead of her. And she's been able to put some solid performances together here in the first couple months of this season.
As you see Peyton Davis drawing the foul on Kennedy Waite, maybe a little bit of a late whistle, but that will send Davis to the line for 2.
Crooks with 5 points in this one. She's a perfect 2 for 2 from the field and 1 for 1 from 3.
As Davis peered on that first free throw attempt. And we've seen this LR team be able to go on runs, but at the same time, it's always whenever they start getting down, that's when a careless defensive stance lets the other team score. And so Bears need to do a better job of continuing momentum.
6 different Bulldogs already in the scoring column in this one, as we mentioned, that balanced attack there. Hitting them with it again.
Crooks driving in, stops on a dime, just leaves the jump shot short, bats it around.
That's my fault, Blakely. I just said that you hadn't missed a shot yet. That's on me.
Great job there by the freshman to follow her shot. 12 seconds on the clock. Waite surveying. Up
Good
to
ball
Crooks.
pressure on Kennedy Waite there.
Going straight to the hole, and that's a good take if you're Blakely Crooks. I like that. Just got to be able to finish on the other end.
Nobody picked up in transition defense, but the Bears are fortunate off that missed layup. Ingram couldn't finish. I'd also like to see more of a transition offense attack. When we end up getting this ball in the half court, it seems like most of the time that we're trying to put up a shot before the shot clock expires. If they can get something early in offensive attack, might make it a little easier on them.
And a pretty hesitation move off the screen is Emily Harmon with a nice floater in the paint.
3 points, 4 boards already for Harmon in this one.
Bulldogs look like a pick and pop. Davis surveying now out to Saylor. Good hands by Waite, and she will deflect it off of Davis, and that'll be a turnover for the Bulldogs.
Turnover number 8. Bears are 3 for 4 from their last 4 attempts beyond the arc, so heating up from long range, still struggling inside the arc. So 50% from deep, 26% overall.
And I think that's been one of the biggest difference makers in keeping them in the game. You see Harmon is doubled, and that's the thing we talked about earlier. As a freshman guard, you got to be able to know, hey, I have someone extra on me. One of my teammates is open.
Sometimes that's easier said than done when you're dribbling. You got 2 defenders hounding you. It's not always easy to see the open player, and she was smart on that one just to throw it off the leg and get a reset.
A great pocket pass. Count the basket for Nakia Hooks. Sending her to the line for one more.
First bucket of the year for Nakia, and comes at a good time. The Bears needed it to tie this one up.
And that was just smooth right there for Harmon. That's what we talked about earlier with her court vision. Just kind of laid it off with the left hand, a nice pocket pass as we show you the replay. Just inside, and Hooks knows what to do with it and puts it in the hole.
She can finish. She's dangerous inside the post. I mean, second game. This might be her first action of the season, actually, now that I think of it. And when she gets the ball, she's a scorer. She had a tremendous amount of points as a high school player, and she knows what to do with it.
completes the three-point play, and now the Bears retake the lead 19-18 with 4 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. And an offensive foul will be called on Jada Scott. And this might be a little bit of a momentum changer for the Bears if they can score on this offensive end. Harmon will bring the ball up to the timeline. Trying to free up Wade. And Wade's open at the top of the key. Looking to Crooks on the inside. A good dump-off pass. And Hooks knows what to do with the rest.
Timeout Wingate. What a run there for the Bears. Take this 21-18 lead heading into this 30-second timeout from Wingate. 3:46 to go.
We're going to give another shout out to Southside Power and Fitness as they provide an exclusive discount of almost 50% off for LR faculty, staff, and students. Experience what Southside has to offer at southsidepf.com. The only limit is you. And if you're liking the jerseys out there on the court, the home whites for Lenoir-Rhyne, that's brought to you by Custom Design Group. If you want official LR apparel, make sure to visit Custom Design Group in person or online at lrwear.com. Custom Design Group is the official apparel provider of LR Athletics. We show you a little side-by-side between Kennedy Waite and Peyton Davis, the lead guards for both sides. Waite is 2 of 3 from distance, 2 of 5 from the field with 6 points. Davis has 4 points. Bears up 21-18. And I've been liking what I've seen from the Bears, especially from their post players being unselfish and able to find the other big across the lane.
Yeah, not many people can be a sophomore in college and talk about their jersey already retired in their high school program, but Nakia Hooks, number 4, was retired at her high school and was right as she graduated.
And the ball up and rebounded by Olivia Nunn, but lost it. And Bulldogs will reset, feeding the post to Hatfield, turning, and Nunn will be called for the foul.
Yeah, smart move by Wingate to try and get Hatfield going a little bit. Just 4 points on 1 of 3 shooting with 3:16 left in this second quarter. Hasn't been a huge factor yet, but obviously the heart and soul of this Wingate team, and when she can get going, I think the team kind of rallies around her a little bit, averaging a double-double. It won't take much to get her going, and you don't ever want to send a player like that to the free throw line to find her groove.
So it's 3:16 remaining. Their score is 21-19. Lenoir-Rhyne over the Wingate Bulldogs. Hatfield knocks down the first free throw attempt. And we'll go 2 for 2 at the line once again. Now trims the lead of Lenoir-Rhyne to 1 point. Harmon being hounded and harassed. Finally be able to bring it up into the front court. 15 on the shot clock for the Bears. They got to get something going. Dribble handoff with Crooks at the top of the key. She's being harassed, driving in, loses it with the left. And now that is Whiteside pushing for the Bulldogs, feeding the post to Hatfield. She's spinning. Whiteside at the top of the key. Good ball denial by Waite. Driving in, now outside to Whiteside, trying to make a move. Behind the back, step back. Just a little wide.
Tough defense there for Kennedy Waite. She's not always known for her defense, but that was a great defensive possession for her. And both teams playing really strong defense. I don't know that we've given enough credit to the defense on each side when talking about the offensive struggles, but there's a reason these offenses are struggling, and that's because of a good lockdown man-to-man defense on each side.
Crooks stops on a dime and just left that little pull-up jump shot on the baseline. All too long.
Clark is down behind the play, but they haven't stopped this one, letting Wingate play 4-on-5. Coach is complaining. Coach Hancock is complaining that play should have stopped as Clark went down. I think she rolled her ankle, and for some reason the refs let that one play with the Wingate a player down. But
yeah, they usually, the player is kind of breathing in pain. They usually stop that one a little bit earlier. Let's hope she is all right. As we're going to take a little short breather here with 1:55 remaining. Your score is Lenoir-Rhyne 21, Wingate Bulldogs 20.
Unlimited mean to you? At Carolina West Wireless, it means unlimited media, unlimited fun, and unlimited access to our nationwide high-speed network. Sign up today for an unlimited data plan and pay just $35 per month per line for 4 lines, and we'll include hotspot and big-time savings on a new smartphone. Take $350 off the revolutionary new Samsung Galaxy S20 and get more out of your unlimited. Expect more, get more. Only from Carolina West Wireless.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II...
As we're back here on Bear Sports Network, Clark able to come off the floor under her own power. Let's hope she is all right. Harmon now being harassed as Lenoir-Rhyne is up 21-20 over the Wingate Bulldogs. Harmon on the wing for LR. Driving in, step back, and strong on that attempt, but rebounded by Waite. Free throw line, extended jump shot in the paint, and gets it to go.
That's a senior move. Pulling up at the elbow, taking that easy jumper as opposed to driving in the paint with the bigs in there that can affect your shot. Smart play, smart offensive play by Kenley Waite.
And we see Blakely Crooks up ahead. A floater off the glass for 2.
Transition bucket. When you're struggling offensively, get that ball out, get numbers, get an easy shot.
And being beat off the dribble is Hooks. Ball's up in here, batted, and in the favor of Lenoir-Rhyne.
That was a great play, a great move by Hatfield to get to the bucket, just couldn't finish as we see this transition pull up from Blakely Crooks banking it in.
And all of a sudden, momentum's in the Bears' favor, 25-20. We're under a minute left to play in the first half. Lenoir-Rhyne is moving offensively, especially in transition. Harmon's got 2, got to swing the ball here. Crooks turning, going baseline, needs some help. Out to Harmon. Step back, stop on a dime, and
Tough
good.
Shot. What a tough shot to stop your momentum, pull back, and bury the triple to give the Bears an 8-point lead.
Emily Harmon with a huge bucket, the freshman. 25 seconds. Troutman just botting her way to the rim. Gets one to go for 2.
She was not going to take no for an answer on that one. She was getting that shot up, and she was going to figure out a way to score it.
And Harmon needs to get across. Let's hold the ball for one shot here, hopefully. And she's being doubled early. She got to look up. Needs someone to show high. And just a turnover. Hatfield with an opportunity to put it up. Fires something and short off the bottom of the rim. Your score at the end of the first half is Lenoir-Rhyne 28, Wingate Bulldogs 22. And we'll be back shortly here with second half action and first half analysis here on Bear Sports Network.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found the expert for my heart.
Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
And we are back here on Bears Sports Network. You're watching Lenoir-Rhyne women's basketball as the score is 28-22 over the Wingate Bulldogs. Jay-Z, it was a slow first half for both sides offensively.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a grind on each end, but we'll say that we'll chalk that up to some good defense, some good execution on the defensive end, probably good scouting on both teams to know the tendencies of each of their opponent, and went into the break low scoring, 28-22. But this has been a lot. This is kind of Lenoir-Rhyne's formula. Keep it low scoring. Graham Smith and the staff have done a really good job on the defensive end of the court, and it's showing today. Just hold Wingate to 22. They come in averaging about 73, 74 a game, and to keep them to 22 in the first half says a lot about that defensive game plan and execution of it.
Yeah, it was slow on just trading turnovers left and right, but Lenoir-Rhyne finally got an edge when they were able to turn defense into offense, and that really led to some transition baskets, as well as the bigs, like Kia Hooks getting an N1 and a couple baskets back-to-back. So when Lenoir-Rhyne is able to kind of push the tempo and kind of get into their game, that's when you see those momentum swings.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I'm just looking at the stat sheet right now. Points off turnovers is 13-4 in favor of Lenoir-Rhyne, which is a big margin considering the turnovers are 11-10. So Lenoir-Rhyne has been able to do more off of Wingate's turnovers than vice versa, and 9-point edge, and the advantage is 6 right now. So that's one of the big stats in favor of Lenoir-Rhyne in this one.
And now it's time for the East Coast Wings halftime stats. To show you the stats from both teams here. For Lenoir-Rhyne, shooting 9 of 25 from the field, 3 of 6 from distance, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 18 rebounds, 4 assists, and 11 turnovers, while the Bulldogs, 7 of 24, 5 of 6 from distance, 6 of 6 at the line, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, and 10 turnovers. And Jay-Z, that rebound stat is what we were kind of circling before pregame, that Lenoir-Rhyne had to be better than Wingate on the offensive glass and just the rebounding game in general.
And it's 8-7 offensive rebounding in favor of Lenoir-Rhyne, 19-15. Lenoir-Rhyne was able to rotate 5 bigs in that half, and it looks like they're starting the second half with Nakia Hooks. Strong performance from her off the bench, and she's going to get the nod here to start the second half. She's going to replace Sydney Wilson in that starting 5, and she had a heck of a first half coming in off the bench with 5 points in just 6 minutes of action. So 2 of 2 from the field. She had the N1 converted on the free throw. So, the Bears will take offense wherever they can get it, and they're going to try and ride the hot hand of Nakia Hooks in the second half.
Looks like Troutman will get the nod for the Bulldogs, and Bears will start off with possession to begin the second half. Blakely Crooks now over to Harmon, as going to feed the post into Kiera Moore. She's looking to turn. She's got to get something going offensively. Very close to a 5-second, closely guarded. Crooks rolling off to Harmon. Hesitation, driving in, and there's some contact there, but looks like a no call from the referees.
And just got it knocked away from her. Again, end of shot clock situation there for the Bears, trying to get something going to the basket.
And Troutman, a sweet, almost sky hook there with the left hand off the glass for 2.
That's 6 for her. 2 Wingate Bulldogs have 6 points, 2 others with 4. So they're trying to spread the attack out a little bit. Bears led by Waite with 8 points, Crooks with 7.
McClung denying the screen. Now Harmon, pump fake on the wing. Out to Crooks. She might turn on and get to her spot. A good feed into the post. And oh my goodness,
she was open because such of a good screen. Her defender had to help. She knocked the defensive player down that she was screening and made a 2-on-1 opportunity, and she was able to get the easy bucket.
That was a mean screen. I'm talking Kevin Garnett right there, laying the shoulder down, but they're going to count it. And a miss by Davis on the block. Troutman is a beast on the boards, and finally, Kiera Moore has to step in and kind of put her body in between Troutman and the
aggressive. Troutman's playing super aggressive to start the second half and making some things happen, scoring, getting some rebounds, mixing it up a little bit in the paint, and they need that energy. Wingate needs that energy. We saw them not really go to the locker room. They just kind of hung around the bench, and coach kind of was looking for some energy.
You see a left-handed layup is good by Eileen Hurley. Harmon looking to work something around. Good job by Troutman in the front. Crooks with a low block. Now Crooks is out on the wing. She needs some help, looking to feed. Looks like a skip pass is open for a second to Harmon. 8 seconds on the shot clock. McClung has to get going. McClung will fire a three-pointer and missed on that attempt. And they're going to say a shot clock violation, but the Bears thought it hit the rim.
Tried to get the home shot clock reset there, but that one didn't, in fact, hit the rim. So nice try by Harry Andrews on the shot clock, but the refs were wise to it.
Yeah, you got to sell it if you're Lenoir-Rhyne. Good defensive stance by the Wingate Bulldogs. And
Good
jumping the
Crooks,
passing lane is Crooks. Straight robbery on that defensive stand.
Great anticipation on that one, too. She saw that pass, she read it, and she was able to get there half a step before the offensive player.
Crooks driving in, out to Moore. And we'd love to see Moore do something offensively when she gets the ball there. And a beautiful floater with a friendly touch off the rim is Emily Harmon. Into the low block. Hooks, good defense. And once again, Troutman, we're calling her name a lot there on the low paint.
Yeah, she tried to keep that one alive, just knocked it out of bounds. But she's been, you can tell she's turned her performance up in the second half. She's brought it a little bit in the second half.
Harmon. The LR logo looking to work the ball around more. Now at the rock. She's been a facilitator. Love to see her kind of fake the dribble handoff and then turn and go. Harmon, the top of the key. She's got to get busy here. 5 seconds on the clock. A deep three-pointer in and out. Hooks with the rebound and will be going to the line for two.
Nikki Hooks is just making the most of her 10 minutes of play. You know, that's a good lesson, too. She could have sat and kind of moped and sulked on the bench for not getting a ton of playing time, but she's gone in there and made the most of her 10 minutes and 7 points. She hasn't missed a shot. Got a couple boards and really been a difference maker in this one.
As number 10, Destiny Coleman, enters the game for the Bulldogs. Hooks will go to the line for two. Just short on that first attempt by Hooks.
You know, a name we haven't called yet today, which is a little bit surprising, is Hannah McClung hasn't found the scoring column yet in her 12 minutes, but grabbed a couple boards, had a couple steals, and sometimes the point guard affects the games in a lot more ways than just scoring the ball, and she's been able to find some people and get us in some offensive sets and kind of do a lot on the defensive end.
Yeah, let's see if her defense will kind of generate and jumpstart her offense. See Peyton Davis on the wing, feeding the post. Crooks looking to front. Coleman a turnaround. And now Troutman backing in, trying to draw the contact. But
Crooks knocked that one away. Two good defensive plays by Crooks. Troutman had an easy layup, but just got it knocked out of her hand by the freshman.
Harmon, wing three-pointer, long on that attempt. Gets her own rebound. And now they'll start the offensive possession once again. McClung working around more. Now Crooks behind the back, stopping. Good pump into that shoot-friendly, pretty jump shot.
The YMCA jump fake, shot fake gets the open look, making a play with the handle, and Blakely Crooks knocks it down for point number 9.
A spin by Troutman, and she's getting everything at will here today. She's got a pretty game to her.
8.6 boards in her 14 minutes. She's been a bright spot for Wingate.
35-28, 5:20 remaining here in the third quarter. Harmon, Hooks rolling, Hooks going up with the left, can't get it to go. And Troutman will secure the board for Wingate.
She got too good a position on that layup. Ended up underneath the basket, not much she could do with it once she decided to go up for the shot. And I think she's probably a little gassed with this being her first action. I think Mallory Sherrill's at the table ready to give her a breather.
As you see how much space Hooks was leaving Troutman there from the three-point line. And Crooks corrals the board.
Crooks and Hooks are making this tough for us to call this one.
Harmon out to McClung. Trying to feed more in the post, but it's not there. Harmon looking for the play from the bench from Coach Smith. You see some motion for McClung.
10 to shoot.
Crooks now out to Harmon. A pump fake, and yep, she's going to get called for a travel. Just took some steps before putting it down on the deck. as it's time for the Texas Roadhouse fan of the game, and today's fan of the game is Bob and Gay Duckworth. Bob and Gay never miss a football, hoops, or softball game. We'd love to give a special shout out to Bob's friend Rowdy. Happy 75th birthday from everyone here on Bears Sports Network. And if you want to be the Texas Roadhouse fan of the game, make sure you send your photos into LR and tag at Bears Sports on social media, and you can have a chance to win free Texas Roadhouse dinner for two, courtesy of LR Athletics. Jay-Z, 35-28 here with 4:25 remaining in the third quarter. LR has been better here offensively, and it's been Troutman for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised as we show on the screen. Haley Hatfield's been pretty quiet in this one, up to this point anyways. It could change in an instant with her, but 6 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, only 1 of 6 from the field. 4 of her 6 points have come from the free throw line. A good job from Lenoir-Rhyne to limit her. There's still 14 minutes left in this one where she could catch fire, but good defensive effort so far for the first 25 minutes for the Bears.
So 35-28, 4:25 remaining in the third quarter. The Lenoir-Rhyne Bears are up over the Wingate Bulldogs in this rivalry game in game 1 of our doubleheader. That will be Lauren Sullivan to bring it across the timeline. Troutman drives, baseline goes up, and count the basket for Troutman. She'll get the continuation.
Yeah, she's making a lot happen. She's definitely been the energy, kind of the spark plug for Wingate, and especially the second half. And now she's got 10 points and 7 boards here with a while to go to build on those numbers.
Yeah, if you're Cheryl, you cannot get beat off the dribble, and you got to force her middle so you have help from your teammates. You'll afford to give her the baseline. She's very quick off the dribble. Harmon at the top of the key, looking for Wade, who just checked back into the game. Let's see if she can get it going. Wade stops, finds Moore, finally an open look. And Moore has been kind of left open a lot here today, and that's been the first real offensive chance she's had.
Yeah, she does a lot on the defensive end to help Lenoir-Rhyne.
And a corner pocket 3 for Davis connects for the Bulldogs, and just like that, it's a 2-point game. Bulldogs are battling back.
That's the first made three-pointer by Wingate in this one. You hope that doesn't lead to a flurry, as it can sometimes, seeing that first one go through.
Harmon surveying, now stop and pop. She's looking for something. And wait, needs some help. Harmon's going to fire a 3 from the center and connects.
Blakely Crooks. We want to give Harmon the credit with that one with Blakely Crooks. Wide open 3. She steps up, knocks it down. 38-33 Bears.
Yeah, I'm so used to Harmon knocking down those threes. Crooks, I believe, is 2 of 2 on the day from distance. Yeah. Good job there by the freshman Crooks to really extend her range.
12 points, 2 from Blakely. I think that's her career high as we see that one on the replay, just to make sure, Audie, that I'd like to introduce you to Blakely Crooks on the replay.
Yeah, it's one of the players I circle on my sheet every single day.
You talk about it all the time, but here was your chance to drive that one home.
So we want to give a shout out to K&L Dunright. Are you in the market for a new roof? Contact K&L Dunright Roofing, a proud LR supporter serving the Foothills region since 2009. Hickory Construction. Hickory Construction is a proud supporter of the Bears, where quality and integrity still exists. Hickory Construction has been building a community for over 75 years. Another shout out to Oz Jewelers. Oz Jewelers is your hometown jewelry store of 38 years. Oz and his team proudly serve the community with beautiful pieces for every occasion, from birthdays, proposals, and just because I love you gifts. Stop by today or like us on Facebook for exclusive deals and auctions every Wednesday. If you're just tuning in, your score is Lenoir-Rhyne 38, the Wingate Bulldogs 33, 3:11 remaining here in the third quarter. As the Bulldogs with possession, that will be Lauren Sullivan bringing it across. Ball being swung around, looking to feed Coleman on the low block. Troutman has not really been a threat from the outside, is at the top of the key.
They're trying to get it inside to Hatfield, but good defense by Kiara Moore, but Troutman has been a problem in this one.
Yeah, if you're Cheryl, you just got to sit in a stance and don't let Troutman drive. Let her beat you from the outside. She has not taken an outside perimeter shot here today.
Yeah, she came into this one averaging 7 and 5, and she's got 12 and 7. So strong performance from her when the team needed it.
And Crooks, a 3 from the corner, just left it a little bit short, and that will go out of bounds. And it will be Bulldogs' possession.
Just a breakdown in communication here. Leads to an easy end one. Almost tough to excuse that one. I don't know what happened. The Bulldogs got that out quick and pushed it up the floor, and Lenoir-Rhyne wasn't ready on the defensive end.
That's one of those situations where if you get beat, you can't let the offensive player get off a shot. You got to either wrap them up or commit the foul early enough where it's on the floor. And Coleman will miss on the back end of that free throw attempt.
Bears maintain just the 1-point lead here with 2.5 to go in this third quarter.
Harmon with the rock now for the Bears. Looking for a weight to push out, needs some help. High screen from Cheryl. Crooks being guarded closely by Troutman. Into Cheryl. And Crooks with a good backdoor cut. Cheryl being doubled. She needs some help. And a travel will be called. And that's good help defense by Troutman.
Yeah, that was a great run and jump. Whenever you see a post put the ball on the floor, that's not their forte. Troutman left her defender and picked up double team there and forced the turnover. So she's making it happen on both ends of the court for Wingate.
Now she's a big presence there on the low block. As they're trying to feed her right now is Coleman. Crooks doing a great job of really pushing Troutman out of her spot. Davis driving in a floater and knocks it in. That's pure for Peyton Davis.
The last Wingate lead was 19-18 in the second quarter, so they've came all the way back to reclaim the lead in the waning moments of the third quarter.
39-38, a minute 20 remaining. The Bulldogs have retaken the lead here over the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Crooks needs some help. Takes the screen from Hooks. Crooks all the way to the basket. The floater off the glass, just a little too strong. And you gotta like that from Blakely Crooks. That's a good look.
Kiera Moore down behind the play. Never like to see that one.
Harmon on the deck to get the ball, and as you called it, Kiera Moore still down on the deck. As we're going to take a short break. Let's hope Kiera Moore is all right. Your score is Wingate Bulldogs 39, Lenoir-Rhyne Bears 38, with 56.1 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
As we're back here on Bear Sports Network, you're watching Lenoir-Rhyne women's basketball as Kiera Moore able to get some help off the floor with some assistance. Your score is the Bulldogs. Wingate Bulldogs 39, Lenoir-Rhyne Bears 38. 56.1 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Jeezy, this is the game we kind of expected, back and forth. Both teams have really started to find their own here defensively, especially the whole game, but now offensively.
Yeah, this is kind of played right into Lenoir-Rhyne's hands. They wanted to keep this low scoring. Came in today averaging just 57 points a game, giving up about 68, 69 points a game. So to keep this one in the 50s and the 60s was their goal. Lenoir-Rhyne gets up and down a little bit. They actually score on average 71 and give up on average 71. So they came up in this game giving up the same amount of points that they scored.
Yeah, we circled Haley Hatfield today for the Bulldogs, but it's been Brianna Troutman that has really been a problem for the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Now dribble handoff to Harmon, looking to make something happen. 9 seconds on the shot clock. In the Hooks, outside the Crooks. Crooks stop and pop. 4 seconds. Wade is going to fire a deep three, and she knocks it in. Kennedy Wade, 3 to the dome.
Just how they drew that one up. Pretend like you're going to get a shot clock violation, throw it out for a 30-footer and bury it.
That is Kennedy Wade range. She shoots that one all the way from Illinois. And Davis now looking to answer on the other end.
Big answer.
Big comeback answer, and that will end the third quarter as the Bulldogs retake the lead in this one, 42-41 over the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. And we'll be back here on Bear Sports Network with fourth quarter action.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
Fresh vanilla, rocky road, chocolate, peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop. Shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop. Shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
So we're back here on Bear Sports Network for fourth quarter action here at Schufer Gymnasium. I'm Otto Caliano, joined by Jeremy Zalak as we show you the replay here of that deep three by Kennedy Wade. That one was almost from the Bear logo there at half court. Bulldogs on top here in this one, JZ, 42-41. 10 minutes left to play. This is the game what we really wanted from the get-go.
You know, and that we show the Kennedy replay with a massive three, but just as big on the other end for Wingate to hit a three and answer and reclaim that lead. You know, those late last-second shot clock Hail Marys can go in and cause a big run with the luck from it, but Wingate had the answer as they get it into Troutman, who really has been unguardable in this one.
Yeah, that girl is a bucket. I'll say it right here and there.
Only a sophomore, too. She's got a lot of talent.
It's a very good slasher there for the Wingate Bulldogs. Kennedy Wade being harassed there on the outside by Wilson.
Troutman 7 of 10 from the field in this one. 14, 7 boards, 2 assists, a block.
Just talk about a difference maker for the Bulldogs. Wagner needs some help driving in. Wagner, a little floater. Can't get it off the glass. Gets her own rebound and calls her number once again.
Not a bad time for your first bucket of the game. Alyssa Wagner needed that one for the Bears.
That's huge there by Alyssa Wagner. 1 point game. The Bulldogs are up 44-43 with 9 minutes remaining. Troutman, who has not elected to take a jump shot here today, and just a little overzealous there on the backdoor cut on the pass.
Yep.
The right idea there by Troutman.
They had it, just didn't put the pass where it needed to be, but they had an open basket if that hit the shooter's hands.
So if that's the one flaw we can find in Troutman's game here today.
She's guarding the ball handler. She's doing it all.
She has done it all here today for the Bulldogs. A feed into the post, and that almost could have been called an and-one right there as Hooks created some great low block position.
And that was an absolutely beautiful post feed by Alyssa Wagner. They've been trying to get that earlier in the first half. Had the great angle, hit Hooks. She just had to turn and lay it in.
And now Wagner has the responsibility of guarding Troutman and has done a good job of isolating there. As Harmon corrals the board, pushing up ahead, Hooks. Back out to Wade. A wing three-pointer off the glass. Hey, sometimes you're just feeling it, and right now it is Wade's world here in this fourth quarter.
Did you hear a bank call? I thought I heard a bank call. She called bank, I think.
Oh, dude, she's cashing out all day from there. She loves those three-pointers. And this one, as you see the south side replay, I mean, when you're feeling it, she took a look at the bench, looked at Coach, and said, "That's all me, Coach."
You saw the little smile as she backpedaled back on defense. That's career make 182. She is one away from a tie. 2 away from breaking the all-time Lenoir-Rhyne record for most three-pointers made in a career.
And as you see, J.O. Wilson able to knock down that first free throw attempt, going 2 for 2 at the line. That brings us to a 2-point game, 48-46. Lenoir-Rhyne on top of the Wingate Bulldogs. 8:02 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Harmon now has an advantage. She's got 2-on-1 if she wants to feed Olivia Nunn. Now she's being doubled. And I'm looking for a swing, possibly if Harmon stays high for Waite. Wagner, free throw line, baseline jump shot, knocks it in. And that's a shot Alyssa Wagner practices all the time, that mid-range pull-up.
That was a nice little dribble handoff there between her and Kennedy Waite to get the open look, but Wingate answers right back, and this thing's going to be back and forth for the remaining of this fourth quarter here. Each team is answering the other, and it's getting pretty exciting here as Kennedy Waite's wide
open again for three, just short off the rebound, off the rim, but the Kia Hooks grabs the offensive board, and she'll go to the line for two.
Sometimes as a shooter, as weird as this sounds, it's worse to be wide open. Kennedy's hit some really tough contested shots. You almost think too much when you're wide open, and I think that's what she did right there.
Yeah, she made me thought a little bit too much, but she is not bashful from the outside, hence why she is second all-time in three-pointers here at LR. She's going to get it the next time. Hooks able to knock in that first free throw, pushing the lead to 3 points here for the Bears. 2 for 2 at the line.
Nice touch for our post player, too.
52-48. Lenoir-Rhyne up over the Wingate Bulldogs. Hatfield, who's been quiet here today at the top of the key. Wilson. Now Troutman. Feeds the wing. Hatfield driving. Good ball denial there by Hooks on the baseline. Troutman going to work. Spins. Loses the handle. Out to Hatfield. Hatfield out to Wilson on the corner. And strong on that attempt, but an offensive rebound by Troutman. Just clearing space in this paint. Hatfield can't get it to go. We're battling. Coleman finally drops it in easy off the front of the rim.
There's a lot of contact in the paint on that one. The refs let him play a little bit. I think Troutman got fouled. I thought Hatfield might have got fouled, but let him play, and Wingate ended up getting the 2 points anyway.
Waite now being guarded tightly by Wilson. She's open off that little dribble handoff. Wagner, who's called her number twice there in the fourth quarter. Waite, a couple crossovers. 7 seconds on the clock. Got to get something going here if you're Waite. Waite steps back, hesitation. Inside the Hooks. She's got to go up 1 second. And I think that might have grazed the rim.
They're going to get a foul call before it.
So I believe Hooks will go to the line for two.
They're going to get Hatfield on the bump. Nakia Hooks just uses her body so well. She drew the contact. She moves really well. She's a lot, she's a lot quicker with the ball than some of our other posts too, and kind of gives a different look.
Yeah, she's got really great footwork there on the low block, and I think that's super key. If you're a post player, you have to have either good footwork and then great reach, and she has both things there. She's able to create a lot of space and knocks down the first free throw attempt. And 2 for 2 once again at the line for Nakia Hooks. 54-50, LR on top of Wingate. J.O. Wilson driving it on Waite. Takes the baseline. Out in the corner for Peyton Davis. And she's hot the hot hand for Wingate from the outside.
Big shot there. 3 of 4 from deep is Davis. 5 of 7 from the field. She's got 15, and all of a sudden she's their leading scorer.
That cuts the lead of LR down to 1 point. 54-53 with 5:30 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Wagner surveying. She needs some help as Harmon's trying to open up. Harmon, a quick crossover middle, goes in with the right and gets the reverse.
What a tough crossover right there. Left the defender, shook her, got an easy bucket.
Pretty move by the freshman, Emily Harmon. Troutman, who you really got to play sag off of a little bit and just force her to shoot that outside shot. And now Coleman, who isn't bashful, a strong attempt. Troutman gets the rebound, spinning up, and then kind of puts up a prayer, but draws the contact, and she'll go to the line for two.
That's a tough matchup there for Lenoir-Rhyne. Alyssa Wagner, one of their best defenders, but the size mismatch and on the offensive rebound just wasn't able to keep Troutman off the boards, and is going to send her to the line.
So it's 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Lenoir-Rhyne is up 56-53. Jay-Z, it's been really great last 5 minutes of basketball for both sides, and this has been the most entertaining stretch all today.
Yeah, this has gone up and down a little bit. The first 3 quarters were kind of feeling each other out, a defensive fest almost, but Lenoir-Rhyne 5 of 7 in this fourth quarter, 71%, hit all 4 free throws. Wingate just 4 for 9, but they've gotten 2 more shot attempts with some offensive rebounds. And this thing it's got the makings of a game that's just going to come down to the wire. And, a young team like Lenoir-Rhyne, they've had leads. They've had a lead against Catawba. They played some of the tougher teams in the conference late in a game. Now they need to take that next step. And now they need to hold a fourth quarter lead as opposed to just having a fourth quarter lead. And that's just kind of the maturation of a young team and just learning how to win and figuring out how to make those plays when they're needed.
Exactly, Jesus. We're going to give another shout out to Everett Chevrolet. Everett, ready for a nicer new ride? Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac is always here to help by providing family-friendly customer care since 1967. Visit them in person at one of their 2 convenient locations in Hickory and Morganton, or start your search online at everettchevy.com today.
Bears have hit 5 of their last 6 field goal attempts. Nakia Hooks 4 of her last 5. Kennedy Waite 4 of her last 5. As the duo is really heating up, and Troutman will head to the free throw line looking to find points 15 and 16 on the night for her.
Troutman knocks in that first free throw. 7 of 11 from the field. I mean, that's a high volume and percentage. If you're the Wingate Bulldogs, she has been your star here today, along with Peyton Davis.
And she's a tough matchup. Like right now they're trying Alyssa Wagner on her. Before it was a post player on her, and you don't know, if you put a post on her, she can go by. If you put a guard on her, she's going to get the rebounds over like she has been. So tough matchup, a sophomore, so we'll try and be figuring that one out for a couple of years.
Jay Wilson was playing tight defense on Waite, and Harmon getting the little friendly roll, gets it to go for 2. And let me tell you what, Harmon is a tough cover going to the basket.
Yeah, she can make plays off the dribble. She can pull up. She can shoot. She does a lot of things well for Lenoir-Rhyne.
Now Jay Wilson driving baseline out to Peyton Davis. Good job by Harmon to kind of force Davis off the line where she's been hot today. And that will send Davis to the line for 2, as I believe Harmon picks up the foul.
This is really broken down to Wingate is just relying on the combination of Davis and Troutman. They got 31 combined of the 55. The rest of the team with just 24 points. And for the Bears, it's Hooks and Waite with 14, Harmon and Crooks with 12. So we talked about Wingate's balance coming into this one. Lenoir-Rhyne has had a more balanced attack with 4 players in double digits.
Wagner to bring up the ball for the Bears, 58-56, with 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Waite looking at the sideline for the call. Bears into their motion offense. Harmon, 1v1, a couple hesitation moves, drive in with the left, a little too strong, and that ball was off of Hatfield, looked like. But they're going to call it and say it's going the other way.
Even though she missed that, what a pretty move by Emily Harmon to get to the bucket, put it up with her left hand. As you mentioned, just a tough player to guard. She can beat you off the dribble and make you look silly.
Now she's got a quick crossover and a little tight handle for the Bears. And now Troutman going to work. And she's been a good job of baseline kicks. And Wilson connects from the wing for the Bulldogs as they retake the lead 59-58. Waite stops, looking for Nunn. Nunn going to work, out to Waite. And he's going to get called for a travel.
Yeah, Olivia Nunn just trying to be aggressive on the offensive end. You'll live with those kind of mistakes. She was trying to make a play, just shuffled her feet a little bit. Now the Bears got to get this back on the defensive end, come up with a stop here in this 1-point game.
It's Wilson, top of the key for the Bulldogs. Hatfield. Now on the Troutman as Coleman's looking to create separation. And a hold will be called on the low block. I believe that will be on Olivia Nunn.
And that's the fourth team foul for the Bears, so the rest of the way Wingate will be shooting 2, which is big. any foul is just going to send them to the line and get those free points.
Wilson to inbound for the Bulldogs. Payne Davis driving, tries to dump it off. Great defense by Emily Harmon. Coleman, free throw line. Out to Wilson, who's knocked down the three the previous possession. And if you're Wagner, you can kind of side it off there on trial match. She has not taken an outside shot here today. And Davis driving in. Good defense. And that will be a shot clock violation. A good defensive stand by the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears.
Yeah, that was a big defensive stop when they needed it. That could have made this, if they got a 2-possession game. Instead, Bears got a chance to reclaim this lead with 2:48 to play. And let's see what they draw up. We'd like to see this ball in Kennedy Waite's hands or Emily Harmon's hands at the end of the shot clock.
Moore at the top of the key. Maybe looking for a backdoor cut from Harmon. She's got to get open. Harmon finally gets the ball. Good ball denial by Wilson. Wagner open on the wing for three, and she knocks it in. Wagner, who's not known for her offensive ability, has really showed out here in this fourth quarter.
7 points all in this fourth quarter for the junior.
And that ball is short, and it's staying here as a foul will be called. As we show you a replay, Harmon stop and pop, and then finds her open teammate Wagner on the wing.
Just her 11th career made three-pointer for the junior and her 64th career game. So, as you mentioned, not a traditional perimeter threat, but a big shot to step up and knock that one down.
Hatfield misses a free throw. The Bears have retaken the lead, 61-59 with 2:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Knocks in the second free throw. It's a 1-point ball game. Bears have got to cherish every possession here down the stretch. Wagner on the wing. Finds Harmon. Hooks a nice screen set. And a foul will be called. Looks like it's going to be called on number 10, Destiny Coleman. The Bears are 2 fouls away from being in the bonus. Shot clock will reset to 20. Bears need to get the ball in bounds. Finally get it to Wagner. Wagner looking for more. Wait, dribble handoff. Wait, stops.
10 to shoot.
And fires it from the LR logo.
Heat check.
That one just short. And if she had hit that one, I would have gotten out of my chair right here.
You mentioned she's not bashful. You know that you're a senior with the green light when you're pulling up from the L and LR with 1:45 to go in 1-point game. But shot clock was coming down. There's about 9 seconds left, so maybe they could have got another one, but as hot as she was, you can't blame her.
Hatfield pumps, drives in with the left, and Harmon comes up with the steal. She's got to go all the way if you're Harmon. Euro step in the paint, right hand, missed it, falls her shot, but she is out of bounds. Yeah. And I think she may have just rushed it right there.
Almost would have liked to see her pull that one out. It was a 2-on-3. You know, can't blame her for being aggressive, go to the basket, but there's 1:24 to go. You want to make sure you get a good one there. Now you got to come up with a stop on the defensive end.
Harmon got the steal in the last possession. Let's see if she can do it again. Bears tight, and they force another turnover on Wilson and the Bulldogs. 61-60, 1:15 remaining. It's coming down the wire here on Bears Sports Network. Wait, looking at the sideline from Coach Smith. He told him, find a good shot. Harmon bumped. She's going to be open. Got to get something going here. Harmon, a deep 2. No good. And would have loved to see Harmon take advantage of a 5-on-4 and possibly drive and kick.
She almost decided against it and then decided to do it after the fact that she already said, let's run the clock. So, and they're going to get her for a foul. I was worried that they were going to call that. She went aggressively trying to get the defensive rebound, and originally it looked like it was an out-of-bounds call, but I think that they said she went in too hard for the board, and they're going to send Coleman to the line for a pair. As we mentioned, that getting in that bonus with 3 minutes left, this is the detriment of it.
And Coleman Pure on that first attempt ties the ball game, 61 apiece, with 54.6 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Coleman, perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line on the season.
And knocks in the second one, and the Bulldogs retake the lead, 62-61. We're under a minute left to play here in the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs are on top over the Bears. And we'll be back shortly here on Bear Sports Network. And we're back here on Bear Sports Network. Your score is the Wingate Bulldogs 62, Lenoir-Rhyne 61. As we show you a little stat total right there. Troutman, 16 points on the night. Hooks has 14 for herself for the Bears. It's been back and forth between the post players. It's coming down the wire here, Jay-Z.
Yeah, it's be an interesting possession right here. See what Graham Smith drew up in that timeout. See who they want to get the ball. It's probably going to be Wade, Harmon, or finding inside the hooks. Between those three, they've been the main offensive threats in this one.
Wilson playing very tight on Harmon, trying to open up and get the ball to Wade. Almost a double dribble by Moore. Maybe got away with one right there. Wade driving in with the left. Puts it up off the glass, hooks a big rebound, puts it up and can't get it to go. Bears have got to foul. And
Troutman was just too big on that defensive rebound. Nakia jumped up for it, but all it took was getting the outstretched hands of Troutman to complete the double-double, 16 and 10, and Davis is going to go to the line, shooting 2. Davis now 4 of 5 from the line today.
Pushes the lead up to 2 for the Wingate Bulldogs with 23.2 seconds remaining here in this one. 2 for 2 at the line. Now still a one-possession ball game as Coach Smith calls a timeout. 3-point game. Wingate Bulldogs up 64-61, 23.2 seconds remaining. Jay-Z, what do you think Coach Smith is drawing up here? I mean, the shot clock's off, but you would love to kind of either get a quick bucket, and it doesn't have to be a 3 necessarily, but get a quick bucket, take a little time off, and you can play the foul game.
Yeah, there's plenty of time, 23 seconds. The main thing right here is you need to score. It doesn't matter if it's a 2 or 3, get to the free throw line. If you come up empty at this possession, it's going to be tough because then you're going to have to foul, you're going to have to send them to the line and hope they start missing. But if you get a bucket here, you can make this thing a lot more interesting. And maybe set up a press after the make, trap, try and get something going. But, yeah, you're right. We don't need a 3 necessarily. You just need a bucket.
Preferably within probably, I'd say, 6 to 7 seconds. If they can get that down to kind of 16 or 17 and score, they're going to be sitting pretty, especially if they can get into that full court press, right away and put some pressure on the Bulldogs.
Now, if somebody like Kennedy Waite or Emily Harmon have an open three-pointer, they should by every means take it, but it's not a necessity at this point.
Let's see what Coach Smith and the Bears have here on this inbound play. Harmon up ahead to Wagner. They got to get going. Waite's looking for the ball, dribble handoff. 16 on the clock. Got to get something going here. 10 seconds. Still waiting. Waite finally opens up for 3. Fires a deep 3 left of the rim, and they've got a foul.
Got a foul.
And 2.1 seconds, and that's a lot of clock just for good luck, but a lot of clock just milked off right there, and that will send J.O. Wilson in line to perhaps seal the game.
You know, pretty fitting that this one ends with a defensive stop. This has been a defensive battle this whole way, and Wingate executed on that defensive stop, and that free throw pretty much clinches it right there.
Yeah, still a one-possession ball game if you're a fan of the old-fashioned 4-point play from outside.
It's going to take a lot.
And
now it's
2 for 2. Now it's a 2-possession game, 2.1 seconds. Just got to roll it out, and Kenny Wait will dribble it out, and zeros on the board. The Bulldogs come up with this one, 66-61, your final over the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. And Jay-Z, this was a slow one, first 3 quarters, but that fourth quarter was something exciting and promising for both sides.
Yeah, you got to look at this as a positive for Lenoir-Rhyne too. I mean, we talked about how much Wingate had dominated this series, 70-15 now, but to have a showing like this and a game like this that comes down to the wire, eventually they're going to figure out a way to win this thing. Mm-hmm. And it's a growing process. It's building blocks for a young team, but only to fall by 5 points in this one, have a shot at the end to tie it, be back and forth the whole fourth quarter. I think it says a lot about the future of this program, and Graham Smith has done a great job working on the defensive end and trying to sprinkle some players back and mix and match a little bit some new players. So still trying to get some continuity, but all in all, I think it's a positive for Lenoir-Rhyne.
Yeah, that was an exciting fourth quarter. Definitely need to see more of that from both sides early on. If they're both able to establish that kind of offensive identity, this one might be a higher scoring affair. But 66-61 is your final here in our game 1 of our doubleheader, and we'll be back for game 2 shortly here on Bear Sports Network.